This is another episode of Spotted in the Wild, a MikroTik show where we pay you for looking at your MikroTik setups. Send us the setup, the picture, and get 10 euros for the MikroTik merch shop. I have some really cool MikroTik setups today for you. And the first one comes from Kristaps, Riga. So Kristaps says, during a road trip from Riga to Poland? Poland? I've been to Poland, it's no hell. Oh, hell with one L, so it's a place in Poland. Bunch of devices from 2019 and 2021 and so on. Okay, Kristaps, let's take a look. That's an LHG on the roof. Okay, another LHG. Oh, what is this? Disc light. And something even cooler. I see a rabbit. You know what's the rabbit? It's the MikroTik. So a lot of younger MikroTik users like me might not even know the MikroTik, but it's there right here in Poland. And Kristaps did something very cool. He attached Google Street View links as well, so we can check it out the place and see if the devices are still there. Let's switch to Street View. Oh, look, the same devices. So, yeah, it says July 2019. So, you see the longevity on these? Pretty cool. Now, Settlers from Latvia sent us a picture of Chateau. So, maybe not a really fancy setup, but I just wanted to brag a little with my new Chateau 5G AX. And look, now he says he added a Slovenian antenna for even better signal, and the biggest challenge was to get Chateau hanging. So I have designed a dedicated ceiling mount, which should be usable for all Chateau devices. And this mount, guys, it's freely accessible. I will post the link in the description. Nauris is sharing a 3D model for you, for all the Chateau users out there. Thank you, Nauris. That is very generous. And look, it works. Practical. And yeah, quite unusual to see a Chateau on the ceiling, but looks good. Thank you, Nauris. Very cool of you to share the 3D model. Another submission from Latvia. Hi, I noticed a MikroTik router in Ogre. So yeah, guys, we have a city in Latvia that is called Ogre, like Shrek. But in Latvian it doesn't mean anything like that. It's just a nice place next to the river. A lovely place, and yeah, there's an SXT there. Thank you for sharing. And beautiful, isn't it? I love Latvian landscapes, even if the clouds are gray. Next is one of my favorite people in this series. Always such an energy, and this time is no exception. Yo, 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 it's Kyle, the certified train. Certified train? I might be missing some text here, but maybe not. Presenting to you the Map Kita. Map Kita? This is a map with an IPX pigtails off the board, allowing for extra antennas, as well as custom 3D printed. It really is the age of 3D printing, right? Custom 3D printed mounts to fit on a Makita power drill battery for 30 hours of runtime. This is epic. Like all the gadgets in my house are also Makita, like drills, the how do you call it, the grass trimmer, and the giant what's the name? Well, the thing you use to mow the lawnmower. So this might be useful for me. Use this while on the go in access point mode for personal Wi-Fi, and even add a virtual Wi-Fi interface for connecting to the upstream hotspot. The internal antennas have always been good enough. But now you can get obnoxious about your gain while staying light on the go. Works on the job site or while traveling. Just be careful going through airport security. Right, this looks like I won't say the B word so we don't get demonetized. Oh wait, we're not monetizing this channel, and this is something I wanted to address. So yeah, it does look like something that the airport security would not be okay with, but this is genius. I would never imagine a Makita battery. Like we've seen these battery packs that you use on the go with your cell phones. Again, I'm struggling to remember the English name for it. The power bank, of course. And I've seen, I'm not sure if I have shown it to you guys, but I've seen like a MikroTik setup attached to a car battery. But this is something new. This is epic. Thank you for sharing. Moving on with this weird voice of mine. Hi. Here is my contribution to the MikroTik treasure hunt. This is only a few devices in my area, Friedberg, Hessen, Germany. A local ISP uses them for connecting his customers. Let's take a look. Oh, there's an SXT, a security camera, more SXTs. Oh, and these red tiled roofs. Oh, I know that I should be speaking about the LHG here, but oh my god, the German red tile. Ever since I was like 5 years old, my parents would tell me about the famous German red tiled roof. And they would show me pictures, and my father is always very passionate about this type of roofing. He does actually fix roofs for a living at times. And this is just beautiful, like LHG, beautiful. SXTs, great. But this roof, oh my god. So thank you for sharing this, much appreciated. Okay, moving on. Zoltan says, Dear Richters, I hope you can enjoy my home setup with a bunch of MikroTiks in it. First, the picture of a gateway and switch next to some Raspberry Pi and a NAS. Oh, some nice cable work. It's in the perfect balance of being tidy, but also having this creative like energy to it, like a controlled chaos, right? Do you agree, guys? Yeah, looks clean. I see a 5009 in there. And the picture number 2 from Zoltan, my access point which will be replaced by a HAP AX2. Yeah, it's an old school device, but a clean setup. I hope that this access point didn't hear the part about it being replaced, so it doesn't get sad. And the last picture, HAP light for the TV and the IPTV box. Yeah, and do I see a PlayStation 5 or is it something else? I think it is a PS5. So again, someone in the comments will say that sounds like you want a PS5, Victors. I don't, but I think it's cool that it's matching the design of the router. So yeah, thank you for sharing, Zoltan. Thank you for letting us in your home. Appreciate that. Next, Joao Eduardo Barioni sent us a nice picture with the following description. RB 4011 with an administrator always on. So before I show it to you, do you have like any guesses? What's the administrator that is always on the job, always on site? That's right, it's a cat, a beautiful a cat. So is it a Persian cat or I think it's a Persian, right? Let's check. Persian cat. Yeah, it's definitely a Persian cat. What's his name? Is his name Admin? Let us know in the next submission. That's right, I always expect more from you guys. So every month, send me something. and we'll be best friends. Next, Martin Claro. I wanted to send you a picture of my home setup. Maybe a little big for a home setup, but I love to improve it every time I can. There's no limits to perfection, I agree. In the 19-inch rack at my home office, there are the following amazing devices. RB 4011, 5009, CRS 309, a patch panel, CRS 328. And not in the picture, I also have a couple of CRS 112 to connect cameras and access points. In the near future, I would probably add bonding to the link between 309 and the 328, so I have a better throughput between devices. Enjoy and continue creating great, cost-effective devices. I love them. Thank you, and we love you. And your clean setup. Look at the cable work once again. The colors, the symmetry, the perfect tidiness of it. I mean, there's nothing to critique here. It's just perfect. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for also giving some of your future plans, because it's always interesting to know like the context of it. So yeah, when you improve something in your setup, you can always send it again and tell us about the process. And yeah, thank you for that. Oh, and by the way, the CRS 309 main switch also has a fiber link to the backyard, barbecue place, and a swimming pool. So another interesting detail and something for us to be jealous of. So I wish you the best barbecue party this summer. Moving on, John Hagenseeker. Not sure exactly what is meant by setups, but here's my fanboy submission. I have 3 HAPX cubed and a MikroTik switch for my IoT VLAN. Oh, something handcrafted. So I guess it's burned. Yeah, you use some wood burning techniques, and this is nice. As a Latvian, I always love to see like wooden handcrafted stuff. Next, hi Victors. I hear you like cable management. Please allow me to submit my network rack at work. Yeah, very clean. And RB 2011s, and they also have the tiny LCDs, which you guys have been asking about. Why is there no screen on the L009? So I guess a lot of you guys enjoy the screens, right? But you can hear more about this in the... We had this episode with Jans Medis and Normund, where we discussed the L009. So go take a look at that and appreciate this clean setup. Thank you. Einars, another submission from Latvia. Hi, here's my home rack setup. RB 4011 and CRS 112, Cap AX and Cap AC in another room. Sorry for the terrible cable management. So everything's in balance. We just had excellent cable management in the previous one. This is going to be terrible. I mean, it's okay. You can clearly see where all the cables go, what is the purpose. Of course, there is place for improvement. But like I said, no limits to perfection. So as long as it works, it works. And when you have the time, when you have the energy, you can always take another look at cable management. I mean, this is not... you've all seen these pictures with just craziness of cables where it's impossible to fix. This is not such a case, so nothing to worry about. And you have a UPS, which is nice. So the rest of the email could be better if there was an option to mount both devices side by side. So it's You're saying that it's our fault. In this 6U cabinet also lives UPS with PDU, ISP modem, NAS, self-built on Raspberry Pi, powered from MikroTik PoE out with 2 disks and a video surveillance recorder. Oh, that's a serious setup. So let's take another look. Oh yeah, I see all the stuff you mentioned. Oh my god, I see the ISP box. I have the same one. I think it's terrible. I don't understand why ISPs give us these terrible routers and access points. Just come on, it's 2023. Give us better devices. ISPs, come on, what's up? So, hi Victors. My name is Michael Schultz, and I'm a network engineer from Sweden. My family lives in Sweden. My mother, my sister, and her husband, the mother's husband. So, but I don't know any Swedish language. I wanted to say like hello in Swedish. Is it tack or maybe it's thank you? Sorry, don't remember that. About a year ago, I was introduced to the MikroTik brand for the first time, and I tell you, it was love at first config. This device can be used for everything I ever wanted and more. And that is really amazing. No other product has enabled me to do that before. A few days ago I spotted what I thought I would never see in my own garden. The router on a stick. Quite rare, at least here in Sweden. So let's take a look. What is the router on a stick? Oh, there's some more devices, but oh look, a router on a stick. Yeah, it does look quite rare. I have never seen anything like it. My garden is not the only place where I can find MikroTik devices. There are lots more inside my house as well. The core of my home network. Everything is UPS powered, so we can watch Plex on our tablets and phones even during power outages. The CRS326 provides us with at least 2 gigabit Ethernet wall sockets in every room. The RB4011 provides internet connectivity and routing between all the VLANs, client, server, IoT, kids. Oh, your kids have like Ethernet ports, or that's pretty cool. It's also where I configured a WireGuard side-to-side tunnel for offsite backups of the NAS. Oh, that's a serious setup. The RB260 GSP is used to provide 2 ceiling-mounted CAP XL ACs, access points with power and data line. MikroTik has even managed to make my wife happy with the NetWatch tool in Router OS. When our Wi-Fi washing machine... Man, I really need to take another look at home appliances, because nothing in my home has Wi-Fi except for the lights. And so when our Wi-Fi washing machine is finished washing, it disconnects from the Wi-Fi and no longer responds to ping. Using NetWatch, I can send a message to her phone telling her that the washing machine is finished, so she can go down to the basement and fetch the clothes. Oh, I hope that you like split the chores sometimes. Maybe sometimes you pick up the clothes and she does something else. But it's none of my business. I just feel the need to say that I reject traditional gender-based chores. But no offense, nothing in this message raised any red flags for me. I feel that as a society we need to talk more about this. Anyway, I have also created a few tools inspired by your videos. I bet Druvis would like them. So there are 2 GitHub links here. I will send them to Druvis, and in the next spot in the wild, I will try to get his reaction to these. So stay tuned. Thank you for sharing. And then you have a request. The WireGuard tunnel generator would be something that I would love to see built into router OS. Today it's quite messy to set up a new mobile WireGuard device without my script. Okay, so this tells me that I should really take a closer look at the GitHub, and I will pass this on to the team. So thank you, Michael Schultz. Also appreciate the humor with the router on a stick. There was a Wikipedia page here as well. So if you don't know why this is funny, here's a link. A router on a stick, also known as a one-armed router, is a router that has a single physical or logical connection to a network. So this is like a wordplay, right? We love to see all your submissions, big or small, and keep sending them, and let's keep exploring them together. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being patient with this voice of mine. I think I will go now and try to do something with it, because it just doesn't sound good. So yeah, I tell you goodbye for now. See you in the next videos, and thank you for being with me.